So if you've just got yourself a car, or if you're looking to buy one and you want something that makes it stand out, you're thinking, I could do with a personalised number plate. Well, here are some pros and cons about personalised number plates that you should know about. Hey, this is Pomerak Child. So this is a video that was very heavily requested, and it's of a topic that I feel pretty confident in discussing to make into a video. So it's all about personalised registrations, or private number plates, or vanity plates. You can call them what you like, but they mean exactly the same thing. If you buy a vehicle from new in the UK, the DVLA will assign that vehicle a number plate based on the location and on the year that it was registered. Chris Spargo just uploaded a video on it. But if you want to have something with a bit of class, a bit of style, a bit of flair, then you can opt for a personalised registration. There are pros and cons to getting them. I myself have owned two, one that I have at the moment and one bearing my birth name, which I have changed since then. So I'm going to go straight into it. Here are some of the pros of having a personalised number plate. If you own your own business, or if you have a brand or a product or service you would like to advertise, then a personalised number plate makes sense, because you could incorporate the letters and the numbers into a fleet vehicle or into your main vehicle to advertise your product or service. And it also works out if you are a professional, like for example a doctor, you could put DR on the first two letters of the number plate. For branding, it's a good idea, a personalised number plate. Another benefit of personalised number plates is that sometimes they can be an asset which could appreciate in value. Not the metal or the acrylic sheeting that the plates are pressed on, but the actual numbers themselves. Case in point, 250 is a number plate that was the most expensive number plate ever sold at auction by the DVLA, fetching over £500,000. And because these auctions are held by the DVLA, all that money goes into the public purse, which is a good cause at the end of the day. Another good reason people get personalised number plates is just because it looks nice. Imagine you've got a souped up car. It's got a fat exhaust, it's got tinted windows, it's got a customised paint job. But wouldn't it be even nicer if you just had a personalised number plate? It's just that little bit of style that makes all the difference. It's a small and subtle detail, but it does make a lot of impact if you're trying to impress your mates. Another benefit of personalised registrations is that you can put them on almost any vehicle that's road legal and registered in the UK. There are a few exceptions. You can't put personalised registrations on Q-plated vehicles, which I'm not going to talk about here because that's a whole new video in itself, and you can't make a vehicle look newer than what it is. So for example, my Pomerak number plate is dated 1971 because it has the K prefix. So what that means is I can't put it on a vehicle that's older than 1970 because it would make the vehicle look newer than what it is, and DVLA just won't allow that. You can pretty much buy private number plates from anyone. New ones you have to get from the DVLA, but if you are looking for a number plate that's particularly sought after, or one that's already owned by somebody else, then you could appoint the services of an agent or try and get a company to get the number plate on your behalf. They'll cost a lot more money because they have to add on service fees and admin charges, but they will make the process as stress-free for you as possible. Oh, you're a fuck. So those are the pros of having personalised number plates, but what about the cons of having them? Well, I can think of 5. The first problem is you can't just put any name you like. You can't just put Pomerak on a number plate and leave it at that, unlike some countries. You have to follow one of the patterns that DVLA make you use that's been on their number plates already. Whether if it's 2 letters, 2 numbers, 3 letters, 1 letter, 1 number, 3 letters, 1 letter, 2 numbers, 3 letters, 1 letter, 3 numbers, 3 letters, 3 letters, 2 numbers, 1 letter, 3 letters, 3 numbers, 1 letter, and so on. You have to follow their presets, because if you don't, well, you can't have the number plate. If you take a personalised registration off a vehicle, you'll be given one of these, a V778 from the DVLA, also known as a retention document. You can nominate somebody to use the number plate on your behalf, you can change your address, and you can also assign the personalised registration to go onto another vehicle. If you have your number plate on a document, i.e. not assigned to a vehicle, you have 10 years from the date of the document's issue to assign the number plate onto a vehicle, or you have to renew the certificate, because if you don't, you lose the rights to the licence number. It's free to renew it, but if you spent tens of thousands of pounds on a number plate and you forget to renew it, then that's it. You've lost it forever, and there's nothing. Every time you want to transfer a number plate from one vehicle to another or onto a retention certificate, you have to pay DVLA £80. It doesn't sound like a lot, but if you go through quite a few vehicles, then the cost can add up quite easily. And speaking of cost, there's also your insurers, which you have to notify too, which the majority of them will charge somewhere between a £20 and £50 admin fee. So in reality, the costs end up being more than hundreds of pounds just to change the number plate on your vehicle. Of course, this doesn't apply if you have a standard number plate that was given to the car when it was registered from new, but personalised registrations, they can cost a lot to buy and maintain. A personalised number plate is distinctive and it's yours, and a drawback of that is getting unwanted attention from either your enemies or the police, and regardless of the fact if your activities are legal or not, it's still a massive invasion of privacy. But if privacy isn't anything that you're concerned about, then there is a massive social stigma towards people who own personalised number plates. I put it to the masses on the Ask UK subreddit because no proper studies or surveys have been exploring the subject, and more people have an unfavourable opinion towards personalised number plates than favourable. So if you're going to get a personalised number plate, you're not going to make any friends anytime soon, I'm afraid. And lastly, DVLA and the Secretary of State have the right to take away the usage of your personalised registration at any time. It's because when you buy a personalised registration, you don't own the numbers and the letters per se, rather than you own the rights to use it and to give it to whoever you wish. The problem arises when you have a combination of numbers and letters that might be in bad taste. It's likely to cause any offence, distress, anything like that, which is exactly what happened to a couple from Bristol who received notification from the DVLA that they're taken away their right to use their number plate, which they bought in 1997, N14GAS. Now, according to them, that means number 1 for the gas. It's a nod to their local football club, Bristol Rovers. However, it doesn't really take a genius to figure out that if you stare at that number plate long enough, you can make a racial slur. DVLA offered them compensation of £250 to put towards another personalised registration, and they did end up getting another one. But when you find that a lot of words and combinations that make sense, pretty much every 3-letter word and some 4-letter words in the English language, including, but not limited to, just, boss, pass, lass, goose, frog, wall, ball, hall, jazz, lose, rose, who's, mail, base, blog, vlog, soul, kiss and miss, to name a few of them, will most likely cost more than £250. So the fact that this couple managed to get gas on their number plate for £250 is quite lucky. Not to mention, if you're pulled over by the police because the spacing on your registration is incorrect, or you use the wrong font, a court, the DVLA or the Secretary of State at any time take away your rights to use that number plate. When you buy a personalised registration from the DVLA, the spacing that it gives you is the spacing you have to use. You can't deviate from it, and you must use the Charles Wright font. That's just DVLA's terms. And because it's DVLA running the show, you can't escape it, and there's nothing you can do to get away from it. So in conclusion, what do we think of personalised number plates? Well, they may or may not be pricey. They might make you look like a pretentious They're easier to identify, but they're something cool. And I'm sorry for wasting your time and for my inconclusiveness, but thank you for watching, and subscribe if you want more content like this. Goodbye.